black Harvard professor was arrested in his own home by a white police officer. And then the President of the United States invited them to the White House for a beer.
It was, if I recall, the Great Beer Summit.
It was a beer summit, and the media spent many weeks, it seemed, talking about it.
And so what did they talk about at the White House?
I don't know what they talked about exactly, because I wasn't there, but I know what they didn't talk about, or at least what they seemed to not talk about, which was the past. Because what I heard them both saying was, we are agreeing to put the past behind us. And so I'm not really sure how it was that they seemed to be so jolly about each other afterwards, because they seemed to feel like they would want to have another beer together. But, well, I do know, they skimmed the surface, and so they kind of felt like they liked each other, and it was easiest to put everything that was uncomfortable behind them.
And so, do you see that a lot?
I think we see it all the time. I think we either see people locking heads and not getting anywhere, or shaking hands and kind of backing away and not ever actually getting to the real stuff. And so it seemed pretty typical, and it was really disappointing in that way. Because I thought actually Barack Obama was going to lead us and really give us a model to look at as a nation of how people walk through the path toward reconciliation with one another. But we didn't see that.
And so, in other words, how people look on the other side of the fence to see what's going on with their neighbors. How and why their neighbors are living as they are.
Well, I think what can happen in those moments is light bulbs go on and say, whoa, I thought this about you, but now I'm hearing that, and I never realized that before. And whoa, you were thinking that, and whoa, that's why you did that? Oh, I get it. I would have done that if I were you. And all that kind of stuff is the stuff that we missed, and is the stuff that is critical to understanding how we get into these moments with one another. And how, and the long history that we have of living and continuing to live these balkanized lives.
Okay, so Barack Obama wasn't able to do it, but we're going to do it in Switch 119, right?
Yeah, every semester. And what do we do? What do we do in Switch 119 every semester? We deconstruct the way we think about the world, the sort of ordinary ways that we've come to think about the world, and we look at those ordinary things from many, many perspectives, and come ultimately at the end of the semester, each person with their own perspective.
Okay. So here's the deal, Barack Obama. Let me give you some advice. Next time, have the Great Hookah Summit. 2 hoses, 1 bowl, fill it with that special tobacco. They'll deconstruct reality, probably for hours and hours and hours. And then you can have a big feast afterwards.